Great. Oh.
I'm Andrew Caravella from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Another late-night host has COVID-19. James Corden says the Late Late Show will be off the air for the next few days so he can recover. Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon also tested positive for COVID recently. Bacteria levels have exceeded state standards at several beaches in LA County. The Department of Public Health says people should avoid swimming, surfing, and playing in the ocean waters. The affected beaches include Topanga Canyon Beach and Leo Carrillo State Beach in Malibu, the Westchester Storm Drain at Dockweiler State Beach, and the Inner Cabrillo Beach in San Pedro. Cal State Fullerton has joined the ranks of local universities choosing to return to remote learning. The campus begins remote learning this semester in light of a dramatic increase in COVID-19 infections. Weather brought to you by Dell Technologies. Saturday and Sunday will be clear with highs around 60 for the beaches, Metro LAOC, the valleys, and IE. Lows in the 30s and 40s. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Andrew Caravella.
The fire department is on the scene in Long Beach on the 405 going southbound right at Bellflower Boulevard. There's all due to a crash that has that left lane blocked. We've got some major delays on the 5 going southbound right at Washington Boulevard, and that's due to an accident that has those 2 left lanes blocked. They expect to be backed up an extra 15 minutes, stopping going from the 710. If I were you, Olympic Boulevard would be my exit and then work my way around that accident. KFI in the Sky helps you be there faster. I'm Ellie Andrews.
Dell Technologies New Year event helps you save up to 45%. Transform your workspace on high-performance computers featuring Windows 11 Pro with powerful hardware-based security. Call an advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
iHeartRadio Earth knows small changes can make a big difference. Want to reduce your food waste? Embrace your freezer. From bread to meat and even cheese, most foods can be frozen and cooked later. Plus, a full freezer uses less electricity. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Research shows that when a parent consistently responds to an infant's needs, a trusting relationship and lifelong attachment develops. Babies who are held and comforted when they need it during the first 6 months of life tend to be more secure and confident as toddlers and older children. This is just one of the reasons why California's Paid Family Leave program provides partial wage replacement benefits to California workers who take time off from work to bond with a new child.
This is your moment. The first of many moments as a new father to come that really do matter. Moments you'll never forget and moments you can never get back. This is your moment to put in the work where it really counts. At home with your newborn. Paid Family Leave can provide new fathers up to 8 weeks of partial wage replacement to bond with your new baby. This is your moment. Take it. To learn more, visit CaliforniaPaidFamilyLeave.com. Moments matter.
Contractor Lexus 104778. Sometimes when I'm hanging out with my dental technicians, they tell me something I never expected. Really? Like what? Most of our guys used to work for small companies before they came to work for us.
I can't believe you didn't know that already.
Oh, I knew that. What I didn't know is that most of them were afraid of coming to work for a big company like Gettle. They were afraid of becoming invisible, you know, like a cog in a machine.
I was afraid too.
So why did you come, Zach?
I came to get them for the same reason as all them other guys.
I'm on pins and needles.
I came because you don't take shortcuts. Good technicians always want to work for someone who believes in doing things the right way, not the easy way.
I appreciate you saying that, Zach.
And we appreciate you giving us the time to do the job right, even after we've already quoted a price, and all them extra hours coming out of your pocket.
If I didn't do things the right way, my dad would slap me on the back of my head, and he was big.
And you ain't never make none of us feel invisible either.
GOE's GPS.
We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Every day, our lives are filled with choices, both simple and life-changing. Something that's not a choice, addiction to opioids. But even if you have opioid use disorder, you still have a choice. By choosing treatment, you choose family, your career, and your life on your terms. Choose more for yourself and choose Change California. Find a medically proven treatment option that's right for you at choosechangeca.org.
Need new hires in the new year? You need Indeed to help find your next hire. When you sponsor a post, you get a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk. Heavily through the night. Plus I'm losing weight. It's amazing.
Oh,
I've maybe
see.
gotten 4 to 5 hours of
Oh,
sleep a
okay.
night. I'm sleeping between 6 and 7. I wake up to use the bathroom, but I go right back to sleep, which has never happened before, which is pretty awesome.
I noticed a higher level of happiness. I also noticed that I wasn't taking naps. I had more energy. I was more in the moment with my kids. Like, we were laughing more. We were more excited. Every single person needs to feel this.
I lost 10 pounds and 5.5 inches off my waist, and I'm so proud of myself. It gives you energy, it helps you sleep better. It just works. I stand by it 100%.
I was on a handful of medications to help me sleep, to help me be happy, tons of therapy. When I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. I've lost some pounds, inches mainly. My family has me back.
Accelerate and Elevate discounted for listeners to the show. Plus, further discounts with the George's Power Pack, including a free gift. Learn more and order now at healthylooking.com. That's healthylooking.com or 800-394-9930. So jump on the path now to all-day energy, better focus, better sleep, and weight loss with Accelerate and Elevate at healthylooking.com. That's healthylooking.com or 800-394-9930.
Real people, real stories.
So I had an appointment with the surgeon, and he was told me what all he was going to do, and it was just absolutely horrendous. I came home, I started on carnivora, and I called and canceled my surgery, and my problem on my skin went away.
I coughed, and I coughed until I choked 24 hours a day. So I saw 3 different pulmonologists, and they could do nothing. Someone had mentioned to me about a product that President Reagan had taken. I ordered it within 1 week. 1 week. My coughing had stopped.
I had bruising all over my arms, 3 weeks after I was on the carnivore, I noticed, I'm looking at my arms, and I said, gee, I don't have any bruises on my arms, and I'm always full of bruises. I can't put my finger on it, but I know something's happening. That has to be the carnivore.
We're talking about the power of waking up your immune system, which, as you heard, has incredible healing powers. And make no mistake, this is the most versatile application to address all abnormal cells in humans and animals. Try it, and you'll see for yourself. Get 15% off any product using the promo code GEORGE. Call 1-866-836-8735. That's 1-866-836-8735. Or visit carnivora.com. carnivora.com.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit LoanDepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
And welcome back to Coast. George Norrie with you. You know, over the years, we've talked to many great remote viewers, such as Ingo Swann, Paul Smith, Dr. Doom, Ed Dames, and lately I interviewed remote viewers Deborah Katz and John Knowles, and we learned quite a bit about remote viewing from them. Listen in. Deborah, welcome back.
Oh, thank you, George. And you asked John a really compelling question, and I was wondering if I could try to answer it. You asked how remote viewers can be taken advantage of.
Yes.
And I know you didn't want to embarrass anyone. I'm not too worried about that. I won't go into specifics, but there are some situations right now happening within the remote viewing community. And the issue is remote viewers operate in a blind manner, meaning they sometimes don't even know what they're looking for or who they're looking for. They just get this target number and they're told, we want information from you.
Right.
And that makes them vulnerable because they may be led to believe, for example, there has been some situations where remote viewers are being told that their sessions are being used for research. And on the one hand, some of the people in the project are doing it for research, but some of them are taking their predictions and then actually going and making financial wagers off of them and making money from them. And not only is it a problem that the viewers may not get a cut of that money, but those activities behind the scenes can have an impact on their psychic work. And you know, a lot of times people don't realize that viewers aren't just getting information about the assigned target, they're being psychic all over the place. So if someone's lying to them, they have a sense something is wrong. They might not know exactly what it is, but it starts gnawing at them, and it almost has like this crazy-making feeling to it. And there's situations like that happen all the time. And I've even had clients, one guy, he told me that he buried money in his backyard, and he came back a few months later. He was on vacation, and he came back, and he couldn't remember where it was, so he wanted me to describe where it was. But I kept getting this sense that it wasn't really his money. So I recruited a few other viewers to tune into it, not telling them my suspicions, and they got the exact same thing. So there are these situations where people are, and sometimes they'll even tell you that you're wrong, and then you come to find out weeks or months later that you were right, but they just didn't, they want you to tell them things without really knowing what they're up to.
Well, with John Knowles and Deborah Katz, John, with remote viewing, they have classes, of course. We've had some people who have classes that seem to be doing pretty well. You can teach somebody over a couple of weekends, can't you?
Well, they do that now, but it's best to have longer training. Originally, you know, Ingo Swan, who teaches, who taught CRV, controlled remote viewing, and developed that with a very lengthy training program, and it wasn't really finished. And since then, people have shortened the training, and now there's even online training, which was useful during COVID. But no, I think you really need more than 2 or 3 weeks or weekends of training to really realize some of your skills. It takes a while. Someone also who can criticize your work and make suggestions for improvement based on your own particular skills.
And Deborah, you use dreams in your work?
Yes, absolutely. And on a personal level, and then also as part of remote viewing related research projects. So a remote viewing group I was working with, we formulated a plan, and again, one of the people with us was Dale Graff, who was the director of the remote viewing Stargate program. He was with the Defense Intelligence Agency, and he's done a lot of dream work, and so we followed his protocol. So a group of us for a year, we did dreaming every week, every Saturday night, and our task was to dream information about a photograph that we would see the very next day. And so we would create a transcript, much like a remote viewing session. We would sketch, which that was something I had never done before, actually, not just keeping a dream journal and writing down impressions, but actually you are forced to sketch an image. And there's something about that that's really unique. I found right away I would wake up with this image, and it would be like an image of an object, or maybe something just so simple. It didn't make any sense, but I would put it down on the paper, and then you'd receive your photograph the next day, and it would be an identical match. And this was even used in relation to making predictions for sporting events, because again, using the associative remote viewing protocol where 2 photos are paired with possible outcomes of either team winning, and you describe the photo of the winning team that you're going to see later, and that allows the project manager to make a prediction and then wager. And so in the end, we found that our profit for wagering based on this dream ARV protocol was 400%. We didn't wager a whole lot. We just were doing $100 at a time, but this process seemed to really work. And the thing that was most exciting about this for me was that we could do this on demand. I didn't know that about myself, but there were a couple mornings I woke up and I didn't have a dream. And I said to my husband, you know what, I need to go, I have to send this into my project manager in 30 minutes. I haven't had a dream yet, so I need to go to sleep really fast and have a dream. And on 2 occasions, I did that within 30 minutes, had a dream, woke up, recorded it on paper, emailed it, and it turned out to be an excellent match to the photo.
Let's go to the phones now. Let's go to Anise in Florida. Welcome to the program. Hi, Anise.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, hey, George, how are you?
Great, my friend.
Sorry, just running around and stuff. What I wanted to ask is, me and my wife both have a gift. We both have a deal of certain things that we can do, and we've actually been able to see into the future as well. The problem is that we know we're being blocked, and we just want to know where our future is, because one of the major blockings that we have is my family, which I think has kind of done a few things to try to stop us. So we just wanted to get an idea of where we're at and what does our future look like at this point.
Well, they're not doing any specific readings, but they can help you on the blocks. John or Deborah, which one of you wants it?
Deborah, go.
Sure. Well, you know, there's pros and cons to looking into your own future. Now, if you see what you want to see, that can be exciting and something to look forward to. On the other hand, what if you see something that is going to be upsetting to you? And sometimes what happens is you don't see the whole picture, you get just bits and pieces. And I suspect it's probably what's happened with yourself at times. So you just get some little snippets of things, but then you don't always know exactly how it's going to play out. And sometimes not knowing how that will play out can produce tremendous anxiety. So not to say that you shouldn't. In fact, when in advance of this interview, I tuned in to see if I could just get anything that would help be able to answer these kinds of questions. And I found that it's been a little bit useful here. But you just want to make sure that you're really prepared for anything that's going to happen, because you can't control if the information comes in, if it's going to be positive or negative. But I would say just before you're laying in bed at night, just to relax and just ask for whatever image would be most useful for you and that you could emotionally handle to come to you. And that's fantastic that you and your wife can do this together. And you can ask your dreams to show you that too. Just put the question that you want to know about, put it under your pillow or next to your bed. And as soon as the two of you wake up, discuss your dreams. See if you had a similar dream with each other.
Would you ever come across, Deborah, curses on people?
Well, I would say yes. I've certainly read, because I do private readings to more clairvoyant mediumship readings, and I've had a lot of people who thought they were cursed. Now, sometimes there was a history of abuse. There sometimes were people that were very mad at them, and this did seem to have an impact on their energy field. And so the good news was that when something is energetically affecting their field, it's usually not that hard to clear it, for an energy healer to clear it. And especially if that person is willing to break ties with people. Sometimes the problem is that people they're basically cursed by someone that they're still continuing to have a relationship with. And in those cases, unless they're really willing to break that relationship, then the bad luck or whatever will continue. But sometimes it's not a curse at all. You know, it's the person's own, they're getting in their own way. And some people don't realize life can be hard, right? We all have struggles. Whoever said that life was going to be easy and everything was going to work out all the time, that's not how it is. But some people have this expectation, and they think if some things go wrong, it is a curse, and instead, really, you can look at it as opportunities for growth and to learn what happens when you persevere.
Well said. Let's go to Brendan in the state of Washington. We'll be there in another month or so. Hello, Brendan.
Hi, I would like to know exactly how you perceive the associative, what was it, the associative remote viewing?
Yeah.
This is for you, Deb.
Okay. So again, associative remote viewing is the process or protocol within which you would use your psychic abilities. But if you're asking just with remote viewing, it can come in so many different ways. I loved how John articulated how it can come in through your body. So you might just find your body wanting to move in a certain way that matches the target. So you might, like, let's say you're remote viewing a photograph of a dolphin. I've seen demonstrations where viewers started to stand up and they started to act like a dolphin, like flap their hands, and a guy knew that it was a dolphin because he was starting to make like dolphin sounds. Other times it's coming in, sometimes you're getting visuals, so you're getting visions. Other times you might hear a word like dolphin. Other times you might find yourself sketching something and it might look like a dolphin to you, or it might just look like a triangle and you do wavy lines under it like water, and then you look at the picture and it's a great match. But in that case, sometimes when you sketch, it really bypasses your conscious mind. You may not have seen it or heard it, but it just lands on the paper. And that's why John was saying that remote viewing is very much like an embodied somatic experience, even though it can be visual or auditory.
John, have you ever been involved in dowsing?
I have actually ran an experiment with dowsing when we were doing a murder case in Oakland, and I hired a couple of dowsers. But the remote viewers like Daz Smith and Don Walker got much closer to the target than the dowsers who were 30 miles off. So I wouldn't hire a dowser again unless I could, that he could show me that he could actually do the work. But if I could, I'd like to comment also on the body thing about numerograms and ideograms, or do you want to move on?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so ideograms are one of the foundations of remote viewing, and it's sort of like a spontaneous squiggle that your arm produces, and some people think the entire target's wrapped up in that, and I found out that there's something I'm calling numerograms that are useful for doing lottery. So I've had some success with that. So this is in our book too. And you don't try to exactly draw a number, but you let your hand draw something resembling a number. You may have to do it 2 or 3 times. And it's the same with ideograms. You sometimes have to take the ideogram several times. So again, this is going back to the importance of the body in all this, because you might have a word or a number pop into your head, but also your body might produce it, or you might put it on a mental screen in your head and see it. All of these are different methods, and some people prefer some, and some people prefer other methods.
And Deborah, of all the things that you've done, which is the area that you say you specialize in that you would love to keep doing?
Well, I have been very intently studying clairvoyance. And when I say clairvoyance, it is the visual ability to access information through pictures, images, colors. That's really my core, what I teach on basically every other day to students. And I love it because it lends itself to healing work. Because if you can see pictures, if you can see energy, then you can manipulate it through healing. So if you hear, like the word, somebody is sick, that's one thing. But if you can look at them and then you see, let's say, some dark energy around their head, now you have something you can work with on a healing level, because you can visualize the dark energy leaving and being replaced by a color of energy that would be useful to them. So this is, some remote viewers would say, oh gosh, she's now not talking about remote viewing anymore. She's more talking about clairvoyance and energy healing.
there were aliens on my roof. I got shadow people, and they're living in my basement. Got a funny feeling, Bigfoot's gonna be here soon. I was so blind before, I was so unaware. But now I swear I'm seeing Sasquatch over there. I turned on my radio in the middle of the night, and I heard things I need to know. Now I can feel alive, and I also see a ghost, 'cause I'm listening to Coast to Coast. Well, you never knew that your baby was a hybrid, but as he grew, you